consulate, they added that a number of Nigerians were asymptomatic, but the figures that we had were 9. When I met with the Chinese ambassador, and he talked about a plane that had come in to the country in which there were Nigerian passengers that subsequently tested positive. It was also within that range, 9, 12, 13. So where the figure 72 came from, I really have no idea whatsoever. The second question was about the Nigerians in the UK and the whole issue of testing before boarding to come home or testing when they get home. Now, this is something that the task force studied very carefully and got all the best medical advice. And, it was finally decided that since there were some countries where it was not going to even be possible to get any testing done, that it was better, and maybe the DG, NCDC, or the national coordinator can further elaborate, that it was probably enough, that it is enough, in fact, that at the airport you just do the superficial testing, temperatures, and, the general look if somebody is coughing or not coughing. And for reasons such as that, even if somebody at that stage, tested negative, it could be an incubation period, and they could actually be positive, and so on. So that it was better for all the normal precautions to be taken on the flight, and then to be tested when they reached the country. Then I've been getting a lot of messages, actually, also. China. Another question on China was that a number of Nigerians who were there and who've quarantine period has been extended, and they're finding it difficult to pay because they're being asked to pay for their hotels. Now, when I engaged the Chinese ambassador, one of the things that the Chinese government, he assured me, were going to address and had started to address was the issue of the costs, the payments that Nigerian brothers had to pay, and that the government was going to also look favorably at extending some assistance to Nigerians. And so that's one issue. But of course, to then say from there that their predicament is because of the delay on the part of the Nigerian government in evacuating them, is not totally correct, because you can only evacuate when everything is ready here in the country. And we have Nigerians who want to come back from all over the world. The numbers in UK alone is about 2,000. And the simple fact of the matter is that we just don't have the isolation centers and the hospital beds and so forth, and hotels to accommodate them all. We've been looking for hotels in Abuja and in Lagos. I spoke this afternoon with the governor of Lagos State, and it's a real challenge, even for the government of Lagos State, to find hotels that are willing to take these people in for the 14 days. A lot of hotels clearly, feel that it would damage their brand, it would have some effect on their business. And so that's being a real problem for us now. And then the other alternative is for people to then come back and be isolated in their homes. But when you have such numbers, some of the people on the task force feel that there's a risk that you will not have the guarantee that they will stay in their homes and be, under quarantine. And it will be very difficult to monitor that number of people, for 2 weeks. So this is a real dilemma that we're facing. And of course, you can imagine if they start coming back and then the numbers of positives and so forth start spiking, then the government will be now, blamed and said, but why did you, bring so many people back? So these are all the issues we're grappling, but hopefully we will find a solution to that.